Welcome to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries, where secrets drift through shadows and stories help you drift into sleep. Tonight, let us step into the ancient forests of the world, where every leaf holds an echo of the past and every branch hums with secrets waiting to be heard. For as long as people have walked this earth, they have looked to the trees for shelter, food, and stories older than memory. Under the canopy, the world feels different, softer yet deeper, as if each rustle of leaves carries a secret message for those patient enough to listen. The forest has always been a place of both comfort and caution, a realm that gives life but hides danger in shadowed glades. Long before cities rose and streetlights burned the night away, people built their lives at the forest's edge, fearing and needing the woods in equal measure. At dusk, families gathered close to the hearth, telling tales of what might wait beyond the last lamplight just out of sight. They spoke of spirits that wandered between the trunks, of witches that brewed potions under gnarled boughs, of creatures that tested the courage of the foolish and the curious alike. These stories have survived because the forest remains unchanged in the ways that matter most, holding fast to the mysteries we keep trying to name. In Europe, the Druids treated oak groves as sacred temples, gathering beneath the wide arms of ancient trees to speak with the unseen. They believed that within the bark lived spirits, that heard their whispered prayers and watched their quiet ceremonies by moonlight. To harm such a grove was to invite misfortune that would linger for generations. The forest demanded respect, and respect gave birth to rituals passed down through centuries. In Germany, the dark stretch of the Black Forest gave rise to stories that tangled fear and wonder together. Folk whispered about witches who danced under the full moon and spirits that lured wanderers away with flickering lights. Travelers warned one another to stay on marked paths, to ignore the strange music that drifted through the mist at night. The brothers Grimm walked these woods in search of stories and found cautionary tales that shaped the fairy tales we know today. Hansel and Gretel lost in a forest of temptation, the breadcrumbs trailing behind them swallowed by hungry birds. Little Red Riding Hood with her crimson cloak like a drop of blood against the dark undergrowth. These tales remind us that the forest does not bend to human rules, but invites us to remember how small we truly are. In Scandinavia, the deep woods are home to trolls and the hidden people who live unseen but always near. Legends say these beings guard stones and streams, blessing those who respect them and troubling those who do not. Roads curve gently around ancient boulders rather than cut through them, builders choosing to yield to what they cannot see. It is said that if you knock 3 times on a rock before you pass, the hidden folk will grant you safe passage. To this day, Icelandic construction projects sometimes pause when equipment fails mysteriously, locals nodding and murmuring that the spirits are displeased. In Japan, forests hum with their own secrets and spirits called kodama, who dwell in old trees and watch passers-by in silence. It is believed that cutting down a tree where a kodama lives will bring terrible luck, so travelers clap before entering sacred groves as a sign of respect. At the base of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara, the sea of trees where mist drifts low and footsteps vanish into silence. Stories say that restless spirits called Yurei linger there, wandering between twisted roots and mossy trunks, reminding visitors that sorrow can take root as deeply as any oak. Some say you can hear soft weeping on still nights or feel cold breath on your neck where no wind should blow. Signs at the forest's edge plead with the lost to return home, but the forest keeps its secrets close. Across Africa, sacred groves stand untouched, protected by belief and tradition that hold back the axe and the saw. Within these living temples, ancestors rest and spirits keep watch. Villagers teach children to walk softly, never to raise their voices among the trees, for the spirits hear all and remember longer than any living soul. Drums echo in the hush of night, carrying prayers and songs through the canopy to the sky above. Offerings are left at ancient trunks, tokens of respect for the invisible guardians who dwell within the shadows. In the dense Amazon, the forest is alive with unseen watchers. Shamans speak of river spirits called Yakaruna who swim beneath dark waters and slip between the trees in dreams. It is said they walk upside down beneath the surface of rivers, their hair drifting like waterweed, their eyes glinting with secrets no human dares claim. The rainforest is a cradle of life and myth alike, each vine tangled with stories that bind the people to the land and the land to the sky. Among Native American tribes, the forest is both protector and test. The Ojibwe warn of the Wendigo, a spirit born of hunger and greed that prowls frozen forests in winter, its icy breath curling around campfires. The Wendigo is a reminder that nature demands balance, and that taking too much can turn even the bravest hunter into a monster of endless hunger. Yet not all forest spirits are to be feared. Many tribes speak of gentle guardians who watch the paths, guide lost children home, and carry prayers to the heavens on the breath of the wind. Tobacco is left at the base of ancient trunks, a gift for the spirits that linger unseen but always near. In the Slavic forests, Baba Yaga waits in her hut of chicken legs, a witch, a grandmother, a keeper of riddles and bargains. Heroes brave enough to seek her out find the path crooked and shifting, the forest itself testing their will before they even reach her door. She is cruel and kind in equal measure, offering wisdom for a price, and sending the unworthy stumbling back through thorn and bramble. To walk Baba Yaga's forest is to accept that the path changes you, that the shadows ask questions no lantern can answer. Stories tell us that in the Baltic lands people gather herbs and flowers on Midsummer's Eve, slipping through forests thick with dew to find plants that hold magic for a single night. They weave wreaths of fern and oak, leap over small fires, and dance in clearings under the pale eye of the moon. The forest becomes a place where the boundary between human and spirit blurs, where the air itself hums with old songs. The Celts believed that forests were alive in ways we could never fully name. Trees were not just trees but gateways to other realms, their roots reaching into worlds beneath our own. When storms tore down a mighty oak, people mourned as though for an elder lost from the village. In these woods, legends say the green man watches still, a figure crowned with leaves, reborn each spring, slipping through the shadows unseen. Writers and poets have long used the forest as a canvas for our deepest fears and quietest hopes. It is the place where heroes are tested, where lost lovers run to hide, where witches stir cauldrons and spells slip into the wind. Fairy tales promise us that if we face the darkness bravely, the forest may yet guide us home. There is science here too, hidden within the magic. Walk among trees and your pulse slows, your breath deepens, your thoughts settle like snow. The forest calms the storm within the mind, reminding us that we were not made for endless noise and bright lights alone. Beneath branches, we remember how to listen, how to wait, how to wonder. Think of all those who have walked these winding paths before you, hunters and hermits, outlaws and dreamers, each leaving whispers behind for the trees to keep. Their stories are written in the moss that creeps over stone, in the roots that crack old walls, in the hush that follows your footsteps deeper into the green. Maybe that is why we still dream of forests when we close our eyes. They are part of us, woven into our bones like rings in ancient trunks. They remind us that there is still mystery in the world, that not every question must have an answer, that some places are meant to be entered softly, with wonder in our hearts. So tonight, as you drift towards sleep, imagine yourself stepping between those shadows. Feel the cool air brush your skin, the soft crunch of leaves beneath your feet, the distant call of an owl echoing through the canopy. See the moon slip through high branches, silvering the moss, catching the eyes of something that watches, patient and old as time. You are not alone here, but you are safe. The forest holds you gently, a cradle of green and whispering darkness that wraps you in secrets older than stone. Breathe in that hush, let it settle in your mind. Know that these stories will wait for you each night whenever you wish to wander beneath the leaves. And when you wake, carry the hush with you, a small piece of forest tucked inside your chest to remind you that wonder lives just beyond the last street lamp. If you enjoyed this walk through shadow and story, stay close. Subscribe to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries and join me again soon for another journey into the hidden places of the world. Like this story if it helped you drift away tonight, and share it with someone who needs a little mystery before sleep. May your dreams be gentle, your sleep deep, and may the forest greet you again when next you close your eyes. Good night.